It's all right. I don't want to do it. Alexa, do the thing.
Tiny lazy skank. Welcome to Two Useless Organisms, a show that's almost as useless as its dumb hosts, Tristan and Tommy.
Welcome to Two Useless Organisms, a silly topical show where two useless organisms discuss today's hot topics, drink each other's philosophy juice, and read the internet's most unbelievable Yelp reviews. On today's show, we will discuss shitting your pants and finger liquids. Keep in mind that Two Useless Organisms is not safe for work, so hooray for ISIS.
I should not have. I should not have drank my tea when you said shitting your pants and finger liquids.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a
That
sentence
was
you never thought you'd hear, but
that's what we're here for.
that is what we are here for. It has been a while since we've
Yeah.
recorded. I got back from Texas a few weeks ago. I think it's just become routine at this point. Every time we introduce an episode, I say I was just traveling, and that's why
Lucky.
we have not been on your television screens and in your phones, headphones, and your AirPods and your AOL instant messengers. So, but here we are. We're back. It's 2023. It's the middle of November. That's insane.
Yeah. What
You
the
believe
fuck?
that?
Where'd this fucking year go?
I know. Ever since Donald Trump wasn't president anymore, it all went to shit. You know. You think they're going to rebuild the Oval Office in his prison cell so that he can do both?
God.
I'm just preparing myself now for another Trump presidency.
Honestly, it's the way that it could happen, which makes me so sad. It's like I know there are some states that are like trying to get him off the ballot because of his indictments on however many fucking charges they are. It's the way that he's the fucking front runner and isn't even showing up to the debates just because he fucking knows.
Yep.
Like, that's so fucked.
Yep.
Like, oh God.
I don't know what's going on, but
I do. I mean, I don't, but I do.
But that's where we're at. That's mid-November. It's November 11th. Happy Veterans Day.
Fuck the 2020s.
Fuck, exactly. Honestly, good Lord.
Like, this is a terrible decade.
Ugh.
Like, I'm hoping the 30s are a little better, but we'll see.
It's funny because when you say the 20s, we think of the 1920s, but like a few decades from now, when people say the 20s, they're going to think of this time right now.
Yeah.
That's weird to think about, you know. It's weird to think about you're living a chapter that's going to be in a textbook.
Yeah.
Or text iPad.
I'm really tired of living through historical moments. Can we be like not historical, like, like the late 1800s or some shit? Or like early 1900s before World War One? Like, I want it to be boring again.
I feel like that time you just said was the Industrial Revolution, wasn't it? Wasn't that when like technology as we know it
it started happening, but like I feel like it kicked off like after the. I mean, maybe I don't fucking know. I was gonna say around the Civil War. I'm done living through unprecedented times. Just make things precedented again.
Make Trump presidented again.
No, shut the fuck up. I mean, if we're talking about Trump being precedented, as in like Trump before like 2012, then maybe, but but before everyone knew him.
Yeah, honestly, back then, he had some hotels and he had that TV show.
Yeah, like he was just a reality TV star. He made that cameo in Home Alone, and it's like, dude, that's Donald Trump. That guy or whatever.
Yeah,
he's famous for some reason.
Yeah, it really was like that.
Yeah,
it really was like that.
Like, how did he go? How did he go from just being, hey, Donald Trump to?
I don't know, man. I think he actually very wisely leveraged the stupidest people in our country to elect a president, and he knew he was doing it every step of the way. But the stupid people didn't know. The stupid people that voted for Trump don't have the self-awareness to know that he doesn't actually mean what he says. I think he's just doing that to gain power because he knows exactly what to say to get people to follow him.
And then plus, they're all in too deep at this point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The ones that
Like
are Trumpers, I mean, there's no going back,
they're in too deep.
It's like Mormons, it's like very few Mormons get out of it, but the ones that do, they're like, oh man, that was fucking crazy, right?
Dude, right?
But anywho, I guess we'll hop into our first topic here.
Yeah. Speaking of Trump shitting your pants.
That's right. If you had to shit your pants at the same time every day, and you could choose what time would it be? With the asterisk, you got to shit your pants. You can't use the toilet. You can't know I'm going to be available to use the toilet at this time. You are 100% shitting your britches.
This also implies that I have to make sure I'm wearing pants.
That is well, I will change the rule here to where you cannot be wearing pants if you want, but that just means the shit's gonna go wherever you are.
Yeah, and then I feel like you can plan it better that way. So maybe not, because like, but if I know I'm gonna shit at this time, I'll just go outside and shit in a bush. But then I'd risk being caught nude outside.
Yeah.
So that's also a whole other problem. So either way, okay. Because it has been what, like at least a month since we've recorded a 2UO.
Yes.
Two useless organisms. Like you gave me this topic a while ago, and I remember like I was talking to my girlfriend about this, like, how do we do it? Because I remember at first I was thinking maybe I make it at like 4 in the morning or something, or like 3 in the morning. That way, like I know that I'm not doing anything. Like if I stayed up late, it'll just be like, oh, now I just gotta go shower and go to bed like I normally would. But then at the same time, if I end up going on a normal person schedule at some point in my life, then I'd be waking myself up every day because I'm shitting myself at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So I'm somewhat leaning towards something in the morning, like, and I mean not as early as I just described, because at the moment I'm on a work schedule that's like 2 to 10 ish, 2 to 10, 2 to 11 ish or whatever. And I don't know how long I'm going to be on that. Like if I maybe get a normal job at some point, I won't have those hours. But hopefully 8 a.m. would still suffice so I can just, wake up, shit my pants, maybe clean myself off and go to bed again, or just, go about my day after that.
Yeah.
There's a lot to think about. Tristan, you came up with this topic, so what was your mindset?
Yes,
you've had some time to think about it.
I've had plenty of time to think about it, even a few trial runs, but emphasis on runs. But anyway, I picked the ripe old hour of 10 p.m. because work wise, I'm a morning fella. I usually work at about 6:30 in the morning most days. So really the morning would not be an opportune time for me just because I wake up, I start my very brief morning routine before I get into my car and drive to work and then clock in, and then we're off to the races there. I can't really be pooping myself at the work. But
yeah,
I picked 10 p.m. because I'm always home at that point in time. I'm very antisocial, so I'm never in a social environment where it's going to be a problem. But 10 p.m. is still a time where I can be up. I can be awake. And I suppose the last thing I do in my daily routine would be to shit myself. Take care of it. Put some ratty underwear and pants on that I found at the thrift store and just shit them and throw them out, honestly. Yep. Take a shower and go to bed.
So here's the issue I have with 10 p.m. And granted, I guess, it's not going to be an everyday problem. It might only be like, once or twice a year at most. But what if you want to go to a concert?
Yeah.
Like, what if you're going to like some stadium event, like a concert, or for me, a wrestling show, maybe? It's like I don't want to be in a big crowd and trying to have fun when it's like, oh crap, I have to crap myself.
That's a good point. There are certain events that would run late like that. A late movie. Weddings. Well, yeah, but here's my thing. Even if I was doing something at 10 p.m., I could bring a Walmart bag with a change of clothes, and keep it somewhere. If I was at a wedding, that's probably what I would do. And then I'd go off to the bathroom and have some wet wipes with me and do a little once over. put the new clothes on, and then dance the night away. So
Kind of
that's an
sounds like a lot
option.
of work.
Well, I mean, think about it though. I mean, you're shitting yourself every night at 10 p.m.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
probably getting used to it.
think about all the other disabilities that people have that require them to make
Yeah.
very special arrangements, take your
Now,
medication at certain times,
I
whatever.
also have another question.
Okay.
At some point, do I get to change what time this is? Like, my schedule bit at work.
Um, I suppose.
Maybe. No, just because I'm like, I'm thinking about, the 8 to 10 a.m. time slot for me. That would be very convenient for me at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I guess there's always going to be some sort of inconvenience with it. But it's like hopefully it doesn't completely fuck up my sleep schedule, I
Hopefully
guess.
not.
Yeah. It's like, HHN season would be very rough for me.
Mm.
Because, I'm up till 2 a.m. and then I'd have to wake up in a few hours to shit myself. So,
Oh. I'm just thinking what the name like that disease would have to have a name, and then
yeah.
in addition to that, it would have to have a medication that has an infomercial. You
Yeah.
know, if
But
you
like
suffer from moderate to severe ulcerative colitis, that
dude, I
sort of
get that
thing.
fucking YouTube ad all the time.
Me too. The one where the woman opens her car door and there's a toilet in the driver's seat. Is that the one you're talking about?
Honestly, I don't even pay attention to the ads, but just like if you suffer from severe to what you said,
Yeah.
ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, I get that
Yep.
one too.
Yep. It's the
So
same thing. They're the
yeah, it's
same.
the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff.
God damn it, my microphone is external again.
I can still hear your pretty voice.
Yeah. Can you hear the rain too? I believe it's raining right now.
Yeah, it was raining here.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I love a nice rain. It hasn't rained here for non-Florida people in like
Yeah.
a month or something. It's been crazy. I don't
Right.
even know.
Yeah, it's been dry.
It's been
It's been
dry.
humid, but not raining.
Yep. Yep. Drier than Judy Dench's cooch. Amen.
Cheers to her cooch.
Yep. Cheers.
Yep.
Any whoozy. I would pick 10 p.m.
Okay.
Sounds like you're what are you aiming for? What would be your final answer? You said 3
Okay.
a.m.
Okay. Definitely wouldn't be 3 a.m.
No.
I think I'm gonna go 8 8:45 a.m. will be my final answer.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. I mean, maybe you haven't started work yet. Maybe that's your little
Yeah.
buffer period where you have a little
Yeah.
bit of
Yeah.
you time.
Could wake up, shit my pants, and then,
Mm.
if it starts right now, I still have a year left of school, so I clean up, do some schoolwork, or maybe when I'm not done with school, play video games or do something productive
Yeah.
else. Um, very unrelated, but I just ordered a PlayStation 5.
Mm.
Um, because there's a lot of talk about GTA 6 announcements coming soon, and I'm like, I should get an updated console so I can play that when it comes out. And I'm not getting sponsored by anyone or anything, but for the fuck of it, I looked at the PlayStation website, and there is an option to 0% interest finance it, paying $45 a month for a year instead of paying the whole fucking $500 right away. So
Mm.
I'm like, ooh, I can afford that right now. And I think at the moment, they only have that option until January. Um, so, if you need a PlayStation 5, that is not our official sponsor today. But, it's going to work out for me, hopefully. So, yeah.
Well, great. PlayStation isn't doing a damn thing for our show, but
Yeah.
is anybody?
Yes. Today's show is actually sponsored by Oats and Honey. If you need oats in honey for oats and honey things for smelling it, or you got ulcerated colitis and need something healthier, oats and honey.
Like boats and hose.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Thank you, oats and honey.
Yeah.
All these years later, I'm starting to wonder, how do generic items sponsor our show?
Dude, I, I reach out to who I can. Those people reach out to me sometimes. I go with whatever's the best deal.
And that is a great deal. That is a great deal.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
Tommy and I
wish
both have a pallet load of oats and honey that the
Yeah,
nice fellas over at Oats and Honey sent to us.
that's right.
And yeah, I've got breakfast, lunch, and dinner planned for the
Yeah.
next 8 months. I'm ready.
Yeah, it's definitely not a candle scent on my desk or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glad to see you put a lot of effort into this. So
Yeah.
your topic, my lad, very
Yes.
intriguing. What is it?
Yes. So, if you can shoot a different liquid out of each of your 5 fingers, so you get 5 different liquids, one for each finger, what liquids would you shoot out of your fingers?
Does this apply to people who have 10 fingers?
I think we're just gonna go with 5 fingers.
Yeah, because you'd have to come up with 5 more liquids, and you can't.
Yeah, I mean you could, but that would be cheating.
I'm curious if we have some of the same liquids. I think we do.
I would imagine 1 or 2 of them would be the same.
Yeah. Well, let's see. What are yours?
All right. So, for my list, and so I feel like I've rewritten this a few times, but number 1 would be water. Obviously, got to go with worder. Number 2 would be petroleum, gasoline for my car. So, I would never have to deal with that again. Number 3, I'll be honest, I'm like kind of mixed on like my last few ones here. But let's go with some balsamic vinaigrette. No, I'm not gonna go with balsamic vinaigrette. Maybe I will. I'm gonna go back to it. So for my third one, I'm actually gonna go with this green sauce that they use on their breakfast tacos at Buc-ee's, and apparently they sell it. I think it's Melinda's green sauce. It is so delicious. I got myself a couple bottles, and I use them on my breakfast stuff, and it's incredible. So water, gas, green sauce. Number 4, I'm gonna go with the fruit punch from Cookout. Very yummy. And then number 5, I got one more here. So yeah, I don't think salad dressing wouldn't be that fun. You know what? I'm gonna go with the body wash that I use.
Tommy,
What's up?
we share 3.
We share 3. Okay.
We share 3. I swear to God, to our 4 listeners, we did not pre-plan this.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Wow. Okay. So you had water, gasoline,
green sauce
from Buc-ee's, fruit punch from Cookout, and what was the last one?
Body wash.
Body wash. Okay.
I'm gonna guess that the green sauce and the fruit punch aren't on your list.
You are correct.
Okay.
You are absolutely correct.
I'll be honest, the body wash thing literally just came to me just now. It's not something I considered until like just now. Like, because I was going to potentially do some tea, but there's so many different types of tea, and I'm not 100% sure what the temperature would be if it's coming out of my fingers. So, and like, tea, I always have to drink hot. So if I already have water coming out of my fingers, I can just boil the water to make tea. But anyway.
Okay. Yeah. So my first one was, I specifically put drinking water.
Okay.
That's probably what I would utilize that for. My second was gasoline.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was approaching this from a very practical standpoint. What liquids do I use the most that I could just shoot out? Until we get to this third one, which is Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Ooh.
But your temperature thing is interesting because I don't know what the temperature of it would be and if I'd have
Yeah.
to make it cold with some ice cubes.
I mean, I feel like, it wouldn't be like too warm or I mean, it is coming out of your. See, I was just thinking more specifically with tea, like, it has to be hot, and
Mm,
I don't know if I could shoot hot water from my hands.
right.
That would almost be like a weapon.
Well, there's a certain part of the male body that retracts to keep the fluid inside at the temperature it needs to be. Talking about the balls, Tommy. Talking about the balls. Um, you're looking
Yep.
confused. Should I give you an anatomy lesson?
Yes.
Here, I'll show you. No. Anyway, I
It
think
isn't.
over time, if you're one of those people that believes in evolution, that if human beings were shooting Baja Blast out of their fingers for long enough, that eventually we would form a second scrotum for the Baja Blast, and it would go in and out of our bodies to regulate its temperature, and somehow keep it cold.
Okay.
I don't know how we would really do that, but maybe put it like maybe put it on like your elbow,
Yeah.
so it's always getting a breeze. It's always cool. It would. I don't know. If you live in Florida, you'd be drinking hot Baja Blast no matter what.
Yeah.
Wow, Baja Blast scrotum.
Yeah. Baja Blast is very good. I unfortunately can't have anything with caffeine in it anymore, though.
Is it
So,
because the reflux, or
oh yeah,
because of is that why?
yeah. No, if I have like an entire cup of coffee, I will be on the toilet for an entire week.
Good lord.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
See,
It's
I got the re as well, and that doesn't
yeah.
stop me from drinking 3 sodas a day.
See, I wish.
Messes me up. I was just talking to someone the other day who knows someone who's got such bad acid reflux that he permanently lost his voice
Wait, what the fuck?
because it fucked with his vocal cords so bad, like his uh esophagus.
Holy fucking shit.
Yeah. So that's fun. Anyway,
Cool. Cool.
so
Anyway, yeah.
those are my first three, and then my last two are body wash and shampoo. So you're in the shower,
Cool.
you don't
Okay.
gotta worry about buying the Old Spice or the Head and Shoulders no more.
Yeah.
Just pump it out of your finger. The only problem is, I mean, you'd have to really be able to control what you're doing, or else you're gonna spray yourself with gasoline.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I know what you're saying.
How flammable is your body now that there's gasoline in it? Like, can
Yo,
you
I
go
didn't
to
think about
fireworks shows anymore?
that's
Like, what
so true.
you got
Like
gas
what
in your body?
like what if, you're just like out with someone who likes to smoke cigarettes or something?
Yeah, and then you
Like,
fucking blow up.
yeah, like in Zoolander or
That's
something.
what I was just about to say, Tommy.
Wake me up before you go
Go,
go.
go.
Better, better, bye, yo
Yo,
yo.
yo.
Wake
Wake
me
me
up
up
before
before
you
you
go
go,
go.
go. Trump 24, 2024. So yeah, those would be the five liquids I.
Kristen Elizabeth Boring.
Oh, you got me. You got me. Can't call me by the mid name.
Speaking of the presidential race, there's someone on TikTok who I haven't seen in a while, and his name is Brent Peterson. And I don't even know. He's just some fat white dude with a big beard and long hair. He records himself in the blurriest video of his face. He'll just stitch random videos that have nothing to do with anything. Like it'll be a random video, then it'll just be him. Vote for me, President of the United States. I am Brent Peterson.
Hmm.
And sometimes he doesn't even say that. Sometimes he just goes, ah! Like it'll be a video, then just him screaming.
Hmm.
And then people are just commenting, "What's wrong, Mr. President?"
Oh, he's got my vote.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, vote for President Brent Peterson, apparently.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good stuff there. We covered a lot of ground. I'm glad we did this.
Yeah, me too. Green sauce.
Green sauce and Mountain Dew nut sacks.
And fruit punch. That cookout fruit punch, man.
What's cookout? Is that spelled with a K?
No, with a
No.
C.
Where is this?
It's a regional fast food chain, like, prominently in North Carolina. I think they actually have some in like some northern parts of Florida, but like Georgia, South Carolina. I don't know if they go into Virginia or Tennessee, but yeah.
Hmm.
It is bomb.
Oh, cool.
It is the bomb.
Left to go.
It's like I was considering putting a beer in one of my fingers, but I'm trying to be healthier, and I feel like I would just be too tempted to drink beer, and it's like I feel like the things out of my five fingers have to be like very useful,
Mm-hmm.
and like a beer that's only like occasionally, and like I feel like that's more of a social thing. So am I just gonna invite people, hey, come drink the beer that shoots out of my fingers? Like, would they even want to?
I don't, I don't think they would.
Yeah, like maybe, yeah, maybe like a college student, but that would be fucking weird if I'm. So I'm not gonna do that because they drink anything.
They sure do.
Or at least I did when back in the day.
Let's go ahead and move on before you say something no one should be hearing. Um, well, if I had to pick a sixth liquid, it would be lemonade, which hops us right
Lemonade.
into our Yelp review. Yelp review. Yelp review.
Dude, that was the most beautiful segue
Bam, bam. It sure
of
was.
all time.
So,
Hey Tristan, if
yep,
you had a segue, what color would it be?
yellow for lemonade.
Cool, cool. We're
So
doing
back in the
good.
day, I believe I said something about how I visited a whole bunch of lemonade stands all throughout our country. I've actually visited several around the world, and one of our listeners, Tom Molding, who was actually a guest on one of our previous episodes. I don't remember if I. Oh yeah, episode 27. Um, he challenged me to do a review of the my 10 favorite lemonade stands that I've been to. So I have since been curating all of this information, and I have my list.
Okay.
So I'm gonna read down the list of all 10, and then I'm gonna go into detail about the 10. So starting down the list, we have number 1, Thaddeus Weeaboo's Dirty Lemonade.
So this is your favorite one.
That's number 1.
Cool.
Number 2, the Detroit Metropolitan Orphanage presents When Life Gives You Lemons, My Parents Died. Number 3, All Sweet, No Sour, White Power, sponsored by the Florida Republican Assembly. Number 4, we have Charlie Sheen's Cocaine Juice. Number 5, Lemon Shake-Ups at the Sandwich Fair, Sandwich, Illinois. Number 6, Jug Lemonade Bulsing Jimjong Un Chanyang in Tongpadong, North Korea. The next one, Rumpleforeskin's Lemon Sack. After that, we have Hard Mics from Ralph's Suitcase. Second to last here, we have Mahmoud Salim's Toilet Bowl Lemonade from Cell Block D, ADX Florence Maximum Security Prison. And finally, Chick-fil-A. So, Thomas, we will hop on in. I'm going to give why these 10 made my list. Okay.
Okay. And are you going to provide other locations for some? Because I feel like not all these were given locations.
Well, the All Sweet No Sour White Power is a Florida chain. You can find those all over Florida. Thaddeus Weeaboo's Dirty Lemonade is from Lincoln, Nebraska.
Okay.
What
the fuck were you doing in Nebraska?
Rumpleforeskin's Lemon Sack is in fucking California. But starting off, number 1, Thaddeus Weeaboo's Dirty Lemonade. Perfect combination of ice to lemonade. Used lemons imported from Dachau, Germany, which, fun fact, has the sweetest lemons in the world. So that's why it made number 1. It was just the perfect flavor.
Is that why you went to Nebraska?
I said Dachau, Germany.
Didn't you?
I said Nebraska like fucking... Nebraska was what one was from? Charlie Sheen's Cocaine Juice was from.
Oh, that was okay.
Thaddeus, I don't remember. Who cares? I'm making all this up anyway.
I need to know where to visit these lemonade stands, Tristan.
You're too busy going to theme parks to go to any damn lemonade stand. Shut the hell up. There's no theme parks around these lemonade stands.
Except for Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, that's true. Isn't there Chick-fil-A in Cedar Point?
I don't think Cedar Point, but Busch Gardens
Busch Gardens
has Busch Gardens Tampa has a homophobic chicken in there. So
fantastic. Love that. Second on my list was the Detroit Metropolitan Orphanage presents When Life Gives You Lemons, My Parents Died. They got $1 giant cups of free refills on this thing. I mean, these tragedy-struck kids know how to squeeze a lemon. I will give them that. They don't have much else going for them. But I'd be darned if they don't have some tasty lemonade. Right down the list here, all sweet, no sour, white power, sponsored by the Florida Republican Assembly. I think there's a phrase that goes something like, you and me go together like racism and citrus. And I don't remember if Mahatma Gandhi said that or Rachel Ray, but one of the two did. Moving on to our next bullet point, Charlie Sheen's cocaine juice. Although the ingredients don't resemble anything close to lemonade, this sweet nectar of the gods comes straight from Colombia, ready to keep you up for at least 3 days. Trump was trying to erase all that hogwash Michelle Obama did to our schools' lunchrooms and replace it with this bitter yet effective go-go juice. Charlie Sheen's cocaine juice. Very tasty, very good. Very good. It's the best. Fantastic. Right on down the list. Lemon shake-ups at the Sandwich Fair in Sandwich, Illinois. Going to my homeland of Sandwich, Illinois. 51 weeks of the year, the citizens of Sandwich drink nothing but Coors Light and Windex. But when the fair's in town, you better believe folks young and old will be sipping cold lemon shake-ups from sunrise to tractor pull. Love a lemon shake-up. Right on down. See if I can say this again. Jug Emu Lemonade Bolsing Zimjong in Changyang. This drink came with a fortune cookie that read, on the evening of your death, a cursed vulture will peck out your eyes with great vengeance. Other than that, the lemon was perfectly sweet and tasty, very enjoyable. Love Tong Padong, North Korea. If you ever have a chance to go to Tong Padong, highly recommend.
You were able to go outside of Pyongyang?
Oh, yeah. Moving on ahead. Rumpleforeskin's what?
I don't continue with the
Rumpleforeskin's lemon sack. Literally just a dude with his nutsack out, not even selling lemonade. Only reason he made it on this list is because he went through the trouble of trademarking the name Rumpleforeskin's lemon sack. Got a good chuckle out of that. Next is Hard Mics from Ralph's Suitcase. If you know, you know. That's all I got on that one. Mamdouh Mahmoud Salim's Toilet Bowl Lemonade. This is from that maximum security prison in Colorado. Had a buddy of mine who worked as a security guard at the prison smuggle this out for me. Mamdouh has a reputation for making the best lemonade in Colorado, as well as co-founding Al-Qaeda. And then last but not least, Chick-fil-A. Well, actually, it is least. Chick-fil-A. At the bottom of the list for being so homophobic, but still making great lemonade. Almost makes me want to hate the gays, too.
I'm done. I'm done.
Good, because I got the outro. So thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful installment of Two Useless Organisms. Go ahead and leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Follow our social media, Facebook, X, Instagram, and support the show for as little as $3 a month. You can click the link in the show notes to support us for less than one Starbucks drink. Fellas, I bought this Starbucks drink earlier today. It was almost $7. It's lasted me all day, though, so it's pretty good. But for half of that, you can support our show because we do not put this thing out for free. We also would like to remind you to check out our theme park podcast, Please Remain Seated, of which we're about to record another episode right now. Tommy, do you have anything left to say?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to trying to process everything I just heard, I think. Yeah, okay. All right. We're done, I guess. Tristan's walking away. I'd walk away too, but I'm only wearing underwear and I don't need that on screen. He jumped on his bed. For those who aren't, I could roll away, I think. That could work, I think. Two useless organisms. Two useless organisms.